Hello everyone, I'm woman grandmaster Karina Bartsumova, and in these video lessons I would like to speak about pawn sacrifice. Today we will analyze some game of Karpov. But first, let's speak when we should try to sacrifice pawn and when it can be very good. First we can sacrifice pawn when we want to get some initiative, or we can sacrifice pawn to get some square for another piece. I mean, just to leave a square for another piece. And also we can sacrifice pawn when we defend the king, for example. But now let's stop on this position and let's estimate. So as you see, it was Karpov game, Karpov against Morovic. It was played a long time ago, but it's very nice game, very interesting. So last move of white was a4. White want to break pawn structure on queen side, to open a file for rook. So now black should decide what to do. Black did play b4. And now it's a critical moment, because, we have few squares for knight. We can move knight somewhere to b1, to e2, or maybe to a2. But all of these places for knight looks very, very passive, because nothing to do on these squares, For example, if you play to b1, you can bring your knight to d2, b3 and then c5, but it takes a long time, and the problem also, black has the time to activate their knight. They can play knight a5, knight c4 to attack b2, and it's very, very passive for white now. If knight e2, maybe it's a bit better for place for knight, but still black has the idea to play knight a5, then to play knight c4, and very, very unclear what to do with knight on e2. So now let's think what is a good place for knight can be in this position. So we have here one weak square in black position and one very good square for our knight in this position. For sure it's c5 square, because c5 square is protected with pawn, and if we can imagine we put knight to c5, knight will be very, very active here. So now Karpov decided to sacrifice pawn. He did a5 move. It's a very, very strong and very good move. He sacrificed pawn, but leave this place for knight, you see. So now we use this sacrifice to get a4 square for our knight. a5, it was in the game, and now very difficult to decide what to do with the black, because, for example, they can play queen a7, move back, but then still we have a4, knight a4, rook e7, knight c5. So you see it's very big difference, to have knight here or to have knight on b1 or on e2. So knight is very, very active. Rook d8, but then queen d3, and we can attack a6. Knight is very good because we can attack a6 pawn. So in the game, black decided to take. They took on a5, knight at a5 it was in the game, and then knight a4, another move with tempo, and finally we want to transfer knight to c5. Queen d6, it was played. If queen b5, then knight c5, and we have a very strong threat to play bishop d3, and still a6 is a very weak pawn. So here it's a very big problem for black. Queen d6, and now we have square c5 for knight, so we will always have this square because knight is on a4 and you need only one move to go to c5. So here white decided to play on king side, because here also we have some advantage. We have pair of bishop, you see, and bishops are very active. Plus king. King is not so good. All black pieces, almost all black pieces, on queen side, not on king side. It means we can think about attack on king side also. G3 it was played. G3 with bishop f4, yeah? Some idea to attack on this diagonal. Rook a7 it was played. If rook e7 here, then we can play knight c5. You see, finally we play to c5, and a6 is very weak. Now we have very active rook. If knight c4, then rook a6, and position is winning because we can play next move bishop f4. If bishop c7 now, then g5, and we can attack on king side. You will see a bit later how it's possible to attack on king side, because Karpov finally did this in the game. Okay, let's move back. Rook a7 was here. G5. So now he decided to break pawn structure on king side and attack here. Took. Okay, bishop g5. Knight c6. And now, okay, if we move now, knight c5, where he's a5 move. So here white decided to play rook c1, sorry. Rook c1 and bishop f4 is very serious threat. Not possible to move queen to protect knight on c6. So bishop f4 is a real threat now. Knight a5. So now Karpov did rook c5 move. Maybe it's a small mistake, because here white has a very fast way to try to create some mate threats. So here queen f3 was very strong move and very interesting idea. So now we want to attack on h file, because h7 is a really weak square, and you see knight is pinned and we can attack this knight in any moment. So here we have very interesting plan to transfer queen like this. Queen f3 and queen h1 with bishop f6 threat, and queen h7 it will be checkmate. Queen h7, king f8, and then queen h8. So queen f3 and queen h1 was very strong idea. But okay, let's see. Rook c5 first. Karpov played, then knight c4, b3. So you see here knight, nothing to do with knight at all. After knight b6, where his bishop f4 move, again move with attack, and then we can take on b6. If knight a3, king g2, very strong decision. So now Karpov finally decided to attack on h file, yeah. And there is some interesting idea to bring rook to h1. Let's see, rook e7 and then rook h1, very interesting. So now we prepare some attack on h file. Rook d e8, and now it's final position. You can stop the video and you can think few minutes to find final combination, final attack. I can say just do some pause and think about this position. Okay, I think you have time to think. So rook h8, very beautiful last combination. Now we want to bring king to h8, then queen h1 check. It's a very typical one. King g8, and then we can attack. We can take the only defender, knight on f6, and you see after it h7 without any control from black side. So it was queen g3. Okay, it's last chance. After queen f6, it's forcing mate, check, and then mate on h8. And after queen g3, it's not a problem because it's only a few checks. King h3 we can move. And after g takes f6, king g4, black just resign because still we have a mate ideas to attack king. So let's move back, and you see. So here, white used this method, sacrifice pawn, to get some square for knight and to get some initiative. So after knight a5, the problem of black was not coordinated pieces, and also the problem was pieces positions, yeah? Because knight on a5 outplayed, black should think about a6 pawn, about a file, and also black has problem on king side, because we have pair of bishop, very active pieces, and the only defender is knight on f6. So that's why we can sacrifice and we can activate our pieces. So I hope you like my video. If it's so just put like and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.